So we're here in lovely sunny LA with Divinity Roxx.
Yeah.
We just finished a couple of toe prints and just wanted to chat a little bit about you, your career, and everything.
Yeah.
How did you start getting involved in music, getting passionate about music?
I think it was my mom who got me really passionate about music. She used to play music around the house all the time. So, of course I paid attention and it affected me and it just sunk deep into my veins.
Yeah.
And I mean, she, her background, she used to love a lot of funk and R&B music. So a lot of that was playing throughout the house. Yeah. But then hip hop, with the younger generation, we want to listen to hip hop music. Yeah. So I used to take my little tape deck and record the radio show, the hip hop radio show that came on late at night.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
Then I would come home from school and play the tape, and I would write down the rap.
So
that's how I got into being my own rapper.
Yeah. You started fairly late then, actually.
Yeah, I didn't start playing bass until I was in college up at Berkeley. Kid, I used to always follow the bass line because, back then, all the music was really bass driven.
Yeah.
Confunction and Ohio Players and, Earth, Wind and Fire, all those guys, it was really about that groove and that bass line. So everybody was kind of grooving. Something inside of me was like, you have to be right on the beat.
Yeah.
So I used to be like, I can do that,
So did you spend a lot of time, woodshedding, just practicing playing the bass when you started then?
Yeah, I used to come home from class and plug in all my favorite records and just play along to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of hip hop records. My first show with Victor Wooten was in Atlanta.
So speaking of Victor, how did you land that gig? Because that's crazy.
It was crazy.
I
I was playing out in Atlanta, like playing poetry sessions with another bass player and stuff. And then I still had my rap group, and then I would go in and do rap stuff. Mm-hmm. So some people didn't know that I was a bass player. People who knew I rap didn't know I played bass, and people who saw me play bass didn't know I rap. Right. So I was like, I got to bring these two things together some kind of way. And I went to Victor Wooten's bass camp, and I had to introduce myself by playing bass guitar. And I had this song called the D-I-N-I-T-Y. You want to get out, baby, you can't see I, the D-I-N-I-T-Y. You want to get out, so I played that song to open up, introduce myself, and after the camp, Victor asked me if I wanted to go on tour with him. That's true.
So, then you went with the Victor Wooten for how long was that?
I toured with Victor for about 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah.
And then suddenly Beyoncé?
Yeah, and then Beyoncé was having auditions for an all-female band. Mm-hmm. And I auditioned, and I got the gig. And working with Beyoncé is it's mind-blowing. She's one of the hardest working people in the business. So she would just, for her to work so hard, we had to work really hard too. So she would just she would push us but it was incredible because I feel like I became a better musician, a better person. She's an incredible performer. She knows exactly what she wants. I don't think many people realize how much of an instrument she is. She doesn't play an instrument, but her voice is an instrument. And that's inspiring. And it's inspiring for women and inspiring for musicians all over the world. So it was incredible to be a part of that. One of my favorite performances was in the AOL sessions. Mm-hmm. She wasn't feeling good, and she was complaining that she was losing her voice, and she was tired. She had been traveling, and so much was going on. And we were doing this AOL sessions, and we played "Irreplaceable" acoustically, and that was one of my favorite performances of her singing that song because we had done the song so many times. Mm-hmm. But man, she went in and she was blowing.
So what else is there to do now? What's your future plans for?
My passion has always been to do my own music and to have my own band and tour and release records and record and stuff like that. So that's what I'm working on really hard right now. I'm in the studio here in LA. I found a great group of musicians to work with.
Well, best of luck, and thanks so much for coming out to do this.
Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you.